Judge, thank you so much. I should note to our audience that you're a former federal judge. You know the work that you're up against at this point. I guess that you just heard Lori and me discussing the two competing wisdoms here. What avenue out of this is there for either side?
Well, there's a couple of avenues. Of course, one avenue would be the parties sitting down and resolving this thing. This is about one phone and one case at this point. It's about coming up with a way to get the information that there is no question that law enforcement needs in this compelling case. This was the biggest terrorist act of terrorism since 9/11 here in the United States. We need this information. Law enforcement needs the information. The victims need this information from this one phone. This one phone belonged to a dead, murderous terrorist owned by the county of San Bernardino. There are no privacy interests to mention involved in this case. Now, is there a bigger question about other phones and what kind of precedent? That's something that Congress needs to grapple with. That's something which needs to be addressed on a going forward basis. But in this case with this phone, I don't think anyone can seriously question the interest of both the victims and law enforcement in obtaining the information.
Judge Larson, I hear you 100%. The privacy interests of the San Bernardino killers are pretty minuscule, I think, for a lot of people in this argument, but it is this greater issue that Tim Cook is pointing out, that it's not about this one phone. It's about the larger issue of backdoor security. And then I'll go one further. The whole constitutional argument against involuntary servitude. I mean, effectively what this looks like from the layperson is that the government is asking Apple to create a product, a software to help them in their investigation. They're asking them to work for the government and not giving them the option. And then I'll go one further than that as well. Diminish their brand, potentially, by what they say is making our brand less secure. Can you see the argument against this?
Let me try to put this in perspective, because I think these fears are greatly exaggerated by Apple, and I'm afraid they may be used for commercial advantage. It is no secret that the government needs the cooperation of banks, financial institutions, telecommunications facilities, all kinds of different entities when they're conducting law enforcement investigations. This goes back many, many years. This is nothing new under the sun. Before the government can do that, however, they need to go to a federal judge and they need to get an order. They need to establish probable cause that a crime has been committed and that there is evidence of that crime on whatever it is they're trying to seek, whether it's having a bank obtain financial records or obtain money or cash, whether it's going to a telecommunications entity and obtaining backloaded or saved data. This happens every day, but there's a process, and there's a process to secure the privacy rights, to make sure that nothing improper is going on. And that process is being scrupulously followed in this case. There's been an order by a federal judge. There's going to be further briefing before that judge. It'll be appealed through the system. This is not a system of the government running rogue.
Judge Larson, forgive me, because I'm definitely up against a mind greater than I am in the law, but it still comes back to the idea that warrants have been issued time and time again for existing evidence. This is evidence that doesn't yet necessarily exist without work product, which is forcing the hand of a company. This is very different than your run-of-the-mill garden variety warrant for data. There is a clear difference. I know you understand that.
Well, there's no question that the information exists. It's stored, it's secreted on a phone. No different than when information is in somebody's house or in somebody's bank account and there needs to be access to it. Technology certainly has raced ahead of current statutory schemes, and that needs to be addressed by Congress on a going forward basis. But it is no different than a situation where information is being stored someplace, it's being secreted someplace, and we need the cooperation, as we have received in the past from various institutions, to obtain that under the limited circumstances and with all of the prophylactic measures that we have in place in this court order.